we live on this polarity planet, right? Light and dark, right? There is unity and there's separation. There's creation and there's dissolution. Because we're approaching the dark moon before the new moon, we're in a time of dissolving. So I wanted to remind you, and I sent that on the group chat, Pluto in Aquarius is helping you dissolve things. It's helping you transform. And a lot of people get afraid of Pluto because they think Pluto's death. But it's not your death. It's the death of something. It could be the death of somebody else in your life or the end of something in your life. And then that reminds you, that makes you feel a sense of separation. So when we go through grief or loss, we go through loss and then there's grief. So that grief is a reminder of your wound, where you have experienced loss or where you have experienced separation. And the opposite of that is the unity consciousness, the coming back to oneness, which is what the spiritual practice is all about. It's what this journey is all about. So whether you've had a loss in a relationship, whether you you're experiencing grief because something that was is no longer, that's a form of separation. As you get to the higher frequencies and activate the monad, that gold and silver one, which is why I have that one up and working with the golden fleece, your aura starts shimmering new light codes. And then you need to come out of that four lower bodies stuff and embrace who you truly are. And who we truly are is oneness. So we're coming back to oneness. So this is like the lotus, the coming out, and it's always going back to source. It goes out and comes back to source. That's a lotus. It goes out and comes back to source. Out and comes back to source, the living lotus. So this is all temporary. But we get so attached, right? We get so attached. And the people in your life that are bringing you grief, bringing you sorrow, are there to remind you of that core separation wound. The core separation wound is when we were separated and individuated from source. So we left source and we're like, I'm here on this earth. Wait, I want to go back. And that's why when babies are born, everybody loves the babies. They're so close to source. They're so beautiful. They're just full of light. They're full of love. And then they grow and they grow and they grow. And then as that baby grows, we have to loosen the attachment a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more with every year. And then they're teenagers. And then they don't want to hang out with you. And then you got to loosen the attachment a little bit more. And then they grow up. And then they get married. And then they have their own kids. And so it's like you go through these cycles of birthing and dissolving. Birthing and dissolving. And all of our suffering is the attachment. I'm attached to the way it was. I'm attached to this person and that person is gone. I'm attached to this and it's no longer there. So that is the whole point of what is happening here on this planet. And we volunteered for it, right? We volunteered, and then the other person that came in that's making you crazy or making you suffer came in and said, okay, I'll go in and make her suffer so she can experience more separation so she can come back to unity consciousness. Does that make sense? Okay, so what we're doing in this Kriya is getting rid of that garbage and coming back to unity consciousness. So you will go deep in meditation after you move a lot. But you're going to have synchronicities and timing. And with Pluto, it doesn't matter how much you avoid something. So people say, well, oh, you got over that death. You didn't get over the death of whatever died or whoever died. Time passed. but it can come back and feel like that separation wound all over again. So I had